Really just following on from our little graphics talk here. Here's all our screens. Mesh on, all ready to go. Basically from here we'll put some emulsion on and look, burning the graphics onto them, ready to print. So just another little thing. You have to understand that there's a couple of naming conventions used here. Now the 120M, which M basically stands for mesh, and that's the US convention when naming polyester screen meshers. In Europe they call it a T, which basically stands for the 3. So 43T basically equals your 120M. It can get a little bit confusing. I don't know why they can't just settle on one fucking standard and go from there, but it is what it is. And 120 mesh is basically just threads per inch, whereas the Europe standard of the thread count is centimeters, threads per centimeter. So that's really the only difference there. This is just what they call inkjet waterproof transparency. We'll cut 5 links of these out, and this is what we'll print our graphics on. Now what the fuck they call it waterproof is beyond me, because it's pretty ironic, because it's actually far from waterproof. Water is pretty much kryptonite to the stuff. If you get water on here, it fucks it. But really what it is it's got sort of a coating on one side here. One side's smooth and this side here's got this coating, and it allows the ink to adhere to it and dry, as opposed to if you just tried to print an image on a just a clear piece of acetate. The ink will never dry, and it just smudges. So I'll just cut 5 lengths of these out to about 650mm, I reckon. It should be about, look right there. Yeah, about 650mm, 5 of those, and we'll get our separations printed on that, and then we'll go from there. What do you think you're doing? Now, just one thing to bear in mind if you're going out and buying a roll of this stuff. This is 330 or about 329, I think they say, 329mm wide, and that's actually A3 plus. So unless you've got a printer that can accommodate the A3 plus size, you're gonna have to trim it down along the width, because I think standard A3 is 297 from memory, 297 wide. So just bear that in mind. Righto, so we've got those 5 transparencies cut to length. 650. It's really nothing left to do but chuck them in the printer and get some graphics on there, I reckon. That's cool, yo. Well, that's those all printed out now, and it's yeah, pretty happy with that. I think it's going to work pretty well. So that's obviously that's our top. That's our top one here. Got the other 4 here. So that's all 5 sitting there. We get a bit of white paper and we'll just slip under this number 4 here. You can get a better look at those halftones that we talked about earlier. Pretty fine, so that's when your high mesh count screens sort of come into play, really. One thing I will say about this stuff is this transparency. Once you've got it printed, it's pretty light sensitive. I mean, it's if you leave it in sunlight for any amount of period, the ink will degrade, and plus you get dust and crap on it. So just roll them up and put them away. If you've got a tube, just stash them away. Keep the dust off and keep the shit off. And it'll make your life a whole lot easier when it comes to using them. And if you ever want to go reuse them in the future, it'll make it easier then too. So it's just a handy little hint. Well, now that we've got these printed out, really nothing left but just to start coating the screens with emulsion and start burning some graphics on them, really. Making pretty good progress, to be honest. I have got a new, here we go, right here. Got a new emulsion. We'll get it out the box, that is. Got a brand new spanking emulsion here. The other one's just about stuffed, so you can even see us mixing up a new one of that too. But we'll leave that for next time. So yeah, that's me, I'm out. Later.
There isn't time, don't try to decide, just feel what you already know.